What's good? It's Casper. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the movie Jurassic World Rebirth. The movie Jurassic World Rebirth is a 2025 film. It's rated PG-13 and it's 2 hours and 13 minutes. Directed by Gareth Edwards. Very sad that I saw it in the movie theaters because the day after it got announced that it got put on streaming. So I'm like, bruh, no way. A risk style watch for me, because I remember the last time I saw a Jurassic Park movie was probably like around 2015, 16, 17, whatever Jurassic Park movie came out during that time. That's when I ended up watching the last one. I think it was in 3D. I gotta remember what name it was, but for me it was super boring. The CGI and all the effects, the adventure seemed very, very like fake. Almost fell asleep in that movie, and a lot of the stuff in there was just straight up boring for me. It wasn't bringing anything at all of just being scared of these dinosaurs. The first Jurassic Park was Steven Spielberg directing it. That movie is a rewatch movie for me. Still remember that movie holding a lot of weight to it. A lot of that vibe of the dinosaurs and the people, the characters in that movie, the whole world, the Jurassic World, the first one, still remember that feeling. Still to a point where at Universal Studios, they have a Jurassic Park ride, but I still haven't even gone on it. And it's sad that I never went on the original Jurassic Park ride, because they did reconstruction on it and now it's like a new version of it. For me, the first original style of that ride and seeing the movie, that's why I haven't went on it, because a lot of the animatronics on there look crazy real. That's the vibe I got from the first movie. Scary for me, basically. So basically the first one is my favorite one. This one was like a crazy risk watch because I already had that vibe of like what is gonna happen with this one. Honestly, didn't know what I was gonna get into. Before going into the movies and watching it, I saw the cast and I saw that Scarlett Johansson is the star of this movie, and I was like, bro, that's crazy. A lot of the other actors in here I don't really know or are familiar with their acting games. This review as well is going to be some spoilers, so my bad for the spoilers. Going into the movie, how it starts, I do like how right away I had that cool little excitement introduction, that crazy scientific lab vibe that is giving us in the beginning. But I like that introduction just because for a viewer who hasn't seen all the movies, like for me, I haven't seen all the movies, but seeing that introduction for other people who haven't seen none of them, I would say that was a really cool, let's get ready for this ride, let's get ready for this movie. But overall, it's disappointing to know that me comparing it to the first one, that I honestly felt like that was the best that we're probably going to see throughout this movie. And it kind of was, to be honest. The beginning flow of the movie, they really try to make it like updated, make it into like our time. A random dinosaur laying in the city. A lot of the people who are seeing those dinosaurs are just making it seem like that's an everyday thing, which probably is, but love to have seen like other people like more interactive with that and cameras being brought out to actually take photos of it. But first half of the movie, way they were trying to tell the story, it was just very random in the beginning. The whole script in the beginning, I feel like they didn't have a specific scene to kind of tell what mission these group of people are going to go on. Seeing how a lot of the actors were getting introduced and seeing who's going to get involved, right away I noticed how they chose a lot of different scenes to basically say the same thing that they're going to do. It's just like a new scene basically added a few more words, a little bit more into what the mission is going to be about. The script writing in the beginning felt very out of place, all over the place. The actors who are presenting the first half and getting to know who's going to be on the mission, just thank goodness it looked visually presentable. Me catching them saying kind of the same thing in every scene that we're seeing, I'm just like, dang, what is going on? Every character that you got introduced in this movie, you honestly could feel what vibe and what place they're going to be a part of this team. It's like super predictable. When Scarlett Johansson got introduced, crazy that she's actually kind of aging a little bit, and she looks a lot older in this movie. I don't know if it was just the makeup look, but she honestly did still look good. She honestly kind of had like a role where she couldn't really do as much. The whole vibe of her character seemed very stale. A lot of the lines in here kind of cheesy, to be honest, with just how she interacted with a lot of the characters. It just seemed out of nowhere. It was one of those things where if they're not going to talk about the mission, let's add a scene where it just talks about their personal life. Very odd placement, and didn't feel very unique, and didn't feel like a real authentic type of storytelling. Everything just felt like, hey, let's get on this mission, I'll give you money, let's go and do it. very terrible, to be honest. Scarlett Johansson, probably a cash grab performance in my opinion. Her costume design fit her look, and just wish she had more badass moments. Mahershala Ali, who plays Duncan Kanad, his character build-up was one of those things that whenever he had screen time, he just became one of that chill vibe. His lines did fit his character, and he was that person in this movie that you kind of rooted for. With the choices on just making this movie look presentable, he was someone that they can bring on screen and actually fit this adventure going to this island. Family that goes on this adventure is one of those things that you just kind of accepted, but it wasn't awkward because there is cool moments where I could see where viewers who haven't seen any of the Jurassic Park movies actually would like that side of the movie, especially the little girl on this adventure. Audrina Miranda, who plays Isabella, surprisingly fit this movie, but you could see her performance or her character in a different style adventure movie like this. Cool that she had that little dinosaur follow her around, but it did make the movie a little bit way more unrealistic. Did like her acting. I think the behind the scenes choice of choosing this family, joining this adventure, added a perspective where we didn't have to hear the same mission with all these actors over and over again. And her sister and the boyfriend just added that family flow that a lot of the viewers could probably relate to. Dad wasn't a bad actor, and you appreciated that, you know, they showed some stuff that viewers can be like, oh, that's hilarious, I could see like my family going through that. But at the end of it, a lot of fantasy with their character. Thank goodness as well that they didn't make me fall asleep whenever they had screen time. I think they did a good job on making the locations pretty cool to see. Final dinosaur boss look, that was just very, very random, and that just made me think, like, was this from a different movie? Like, where are we seeing this mutation stuff? Did love the music score in the background, and there is a very hella cringy moment as well. Spoilers again. There's a moment in here where they play the classic song Stand By Me. That song does fit a movie vibe. For the viewers who saw the movie, did you guys like that selection? That's the only song in this movie that actually has lyrics to it. Everything else is just Jurassic Park World vibe music, which I enjoyed. But then putting Stand By Me on the most random, intense chaos situation, for me, I wish it wasn't that song, but overall do love that song, so I'm just like, hey, let's go, that song's in here. One of the characters I think you guys will like is Jonathan Bailey, who plays Dr. Henry Loomis. He was that character that literally had the whole Jurassic Park World vibe. I wish we saw more of the nerdy side of the movie rather than a lot of people just trying to get the DNA and get money. The script is not the best, but thank goodness he was able to present those lines pretty good. This movie made it so obvious in so many different ways on which character you're gonna hate, which one you're gonna like, which one you're rooting for type of vibe. Rupert Friend, who plays Martin Krebs, obviously is playing the money grab, all ego, literally all looking out for himself. He could act, and he did present those lines pretty good to not laugh at his lines or his performance. It's just sad that this movie made it very obvious that he was going to get the most brutal death. With this movie being PG-13, the kills could have been a lot more better. They could have been way more brutal. It's very sad that a lot of these Jurassic Park movies are feeling like a little bit like held back to their full potential. Steven Spielberg is executive producer, so maybe that's why this movie had its moments. After my watching the movie Jurassic World Rebirth out of 10, I'm gonna have to give this movie a 6 out of 10. So that's my movie review for the movie Jurassic World Rebirth. Shout out to you guys for tuning into the video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.